A trilogy of sorts is now complete on the Nintendo Switch. Some of my favorite games of all time from my favorite childhood system are now my current favorite system. We had a surprise announcement a while ago about a remaster of Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII finally getting the treatment that Final Fantasy VII has gotten over the years, and 9, and all these different Final Fantasies. 8 has been kind of left behind. But then it was digital only when Final Fantasy VII, 8, and 9 were put on the Switch and PS4. But luckily there was a physical Asian release with English support and came out with a twin pack, which was awesome, which I got this back when it came out, had pre-ordered it, and played through both of these games here, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, and it included Final Fantasy VII as a twin pack. The only complaint I had, I mean, as amazing as this was, and as grateful I was that this existed at all, a physical copy, because it was unexpected and only released in one region. As cool as this was, the big complaint was it's missing what is my favorite Final Fantasy of all time, and arguably the best Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy IX. And you gotta complete that legendary PS1 trilogy. Didn't look like it was going to happen though. It was quite a long time before finally it was announced that, again, a Switch-only Asian release with English support, Final Fantasy IX, was coming to the Nintendo Switch physically. I pre-ordered this the same day it was announced, as soon as pre-orders were up, and I got this just yesterday. So Final Fantasy IX, interesting choice of cover art here, very different. I know some people were complaining when this was showing off they didn't like it, especially because it goes, sideways here. It's really just kind of like a character select artwork, but it's interesting. It's something different, so I kind of like it. It grew on me a little bit. So I had interesting cover art here, something different, and then the back. And again, this is the edition. You get different editions here. This one has full English support, has all the additional features that are included, all the different optional features that were put into the digital versions when this came out. You can have, autosave, different game boosters, including high-speed battles, no encounters, different little things like that, that if you want, you can turn those on and off in the main menu. So, very happy that this actually exists. This is my one complaint when this came out, was grateful this is happening, very exciting, but missing the best part. And for me, this is like a legendary trilogy of games. This era of Final Fantasy is the thing that made me a massive RPG fan and made Final Fantasy my favorite series for many, many years, until it fell off in more recent years. But this is awesome. So now I have my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time on what is my current favorite system to use, and can play it on the projector, can play it portably. Having that flexibility is great. A fantastic addition, and not super expensive, so if you are interested, and if you didn't realize this was already out or coming out, make sure you check out something like Play Asia. They probably will still have copies available, at least for the foreseeable future. Maybe even like Amazon Japan, whatever, but Play Asia is usually the easiest place to import from of this type of thing. So go ahead and grab this, Final Fantasy IX, physically on the Nintendo Switch.